Everyone, welcome to The Next Normal. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. We're broadcasting from the beautiful Meditation Museum in the nation's capital. If you're ever in town, stop by for a little piece of Zen. Everything is going so wild and crazy in the world, all for a good reason. All for a good reason. Everything is beneficial in this unlimited drama. But if you just sometimes need just a little refreshment, a little uplifting, stop by the Meditation Museum. Today in our studios we have a very, very special guest, the Chief Managing Director of India Oil. He's an author of many books, an engineer, and a Raj Yoga student of the Brahma Kumaris. He stopped by to spend some time with me, and we have the wonderful Trinath Sahoo in studio today. A very warm welcome. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
How in the world did an engineer involved with such a high, intense occupation and energy of being involved with India Oil and moving in that business, how did you end up in spirituality?
You know, once Einstein told, religion without science is blind and science without religion is lame. So it is important, whether you go into science, technology, anywhere, you always to have spirituality with you. Otherwise, today there are a lot of wars going on, lot of troubles going on among nations and everywhere. It is because of lack of spirituality, because of greed. People want to dominate. So initially all these inventions, technology has come only to help people. People are invented for the betterment of society. But without spirituality, the generations next come to misutilize it for their greed, and they misutilize it in such a way that it will become a weapon of mass destruction. So that is the reason. And why? And that is the reason spirituality plays a very important role in science, technology, and daily life to me.
Yeah, I think for all of us. So being the Chief Managing Director of India Oil, that's a very large role that you play. Can you share with our audience what are some of your duties or responsibilities?
Yeah, I am heading now supply chain management of Indian Oil, then engineering, and many other departments I am heading. Where, because we are having a Indian Oil, you may be aware that 100 billion turnover company, and it is having a presence in many countries like Mauritius, then Bangladesh, UAE, many kind of countries. In the country itself, our presence is more than 40%. We are producing energy to the country. So it is a very large role, and in my role, I am now at present I am head of supply chain and engineering, where I am looking after. Yeah.
So now India is not known to be a country that produces a lot of oil. So how much oil is coming out of India?
Yeah, we are not producing much oil, only 15% of the domestic energy demand we are taking from our own country.
And is that for the country or the world?
No, for the country.
Okay.
And from outside, 85% normally we are taking from outside countries like Middle East countries, then Russia, then North American countries, African countries, like that only. Yeah,
but that's a big responsibility for the country, though.
Yes. Yes.
That means India is getting 85% of the oil outside of India. That's a big amount of money to cultivate in the country, to buy the oil to feed over 1 billion people.
Yes.
So how are you doing it?
Because what is happening, that is the reason why now in a big way we are going for renewable energy, hydrogen energy, nuclear energy, big way we are going, so that the government GDP do not spend mostly on oil. Even now we are having a mandate of using 20% of ethanol in place of petrol and diesel. So that is also now is a mandate. 20% ethanol is blended in the petrol to reduce this bill. Yeah.
When we first met and you came to spend a few days with me, I asked you to educate me on how does this oil get out of the depth of the ocean and end up in our gas tanks or in our kerosene tanks, or how the oil runs these machines. Can you tell our viewers who might be naive and innocent like me, because we don't really know how the oil actually comes into our home?
Yeah, it is a long process. You must have seen the rigs in the sea, deep sea. From there, the oil is explored, taken to the coast, then again pumped to the refineries. In the refinery, there are big columns. In the column, the crude is sent in the somewhere in the middle, and there are steams which is given into the column, and at different levels, at fractionation level, because the different products have different boiling points. So at different products it is settled down, like LPG, liquefied petroleum gas at the top, then called motor spirit, then come diesel, then so many other products in the different layers. From there it is again pumped to different tanks with the relevant secondary processing things. Like if you see petrol, it requires it is a high flash point. Whenever you come to kerosene, it should not have high flash point because people use daily use. So there are secondary treatment done and kept in different tanks to given to customers.
So that must be a very expensive process.
Yes, it is a very expensive process.
Yeah. I sometimes wonder how people actually profit on oil, because I look at countries like so many countries that are pumping oil and they're very, very financially very wealthy, but they only pull the oil, they don't refine it, right?
Yeah, because nowadays what is happening is the refining cost plus it is having a lot of environmental impact. That is the reason many European countries, they are not having refineries, they are stopping their refineries. But yes, in Middle East and Asian countries, they have a lot of refineries and there are a lot of coming up also. Many petrochemical plants are coming also now.
There's a lot of discussion about electric vehicles, solar generated vehicles. Will oil no longer be used, Trinath, by that we will move more into electricity or solar power to govern our lives? Or how important is oil? Will it ever stop, or will we always need oil?
No, you see, the problem is that now we are whole world is going in a big way to EVs, then hydrogen, and so on and so forth. But definitely oil will not stop now. It will take few decades. And what is happening? Suppose you are using solar or wind, it is cyclical. You cannot produce it regularly the way oil is giving power and everything to us. There is no such a big penetration of supply chain for electric vehicles like for charging and all. But it may happen in countries like US and all. But there are many underdeveloped countries where the supply chain is not fully developed. So it will take decades to stop oil.
You know, there's a saying in our class of the Brahma Kumaris that God, that supreme power, pours the oil of knowledge in the intellect. And now whenever I hear that point, I'll remember you.
Yeah.
So when we look at oil of knowledge on a spiritual level, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, because you see, the oil is a driving force to the society. If you see, all through the ages, technology plays a very important role for shaping the civilization, like potter's wheel. From the beginning of the invention of wheel, then the fire, they are all shaped the society in different ways. Similar way, the new inventions like computers, like AI, they are shaping the society in many different ways. Same way, as you told, oil was the center point of civilization at one point of time. Similarly, spirituality. Without spirituality, you cannot run a very best life. It is important because the technology is there to aid humanity. If mankind can misuse it, the way you have seen atom bomb. Atomic energy was invented for the betterment of humanity, radiology and all, to diagnose the disease and so on and so forth. But if it is misutilized like it is put on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the total humanity will lost.
Yeah, yeah.
So same way, AI is also, today AI is used for betterment of humanity. But there are a lot of fake news can be created by AI. There are many wrong things can be done by AI. So it is spirituality who is making what I can say, spirituality can play a vital role.
It's sustainable.
For a sustainable thing, for using all these technologies.
Yeah. So looking at the future, what are your thoughts regarding the future where spirituality is concerned?
To me, spirituality will play a very vital role in society, because today if you see in social media, there are many statues dancing. There are a lot of fake news. There are, and I am surprised to see people are using technology in such a way that it is now recently somebody has written that it is important to find out whether the news is fake or real. It is very important to find out.
Yeah, yeah.
So morality of the society has come down like anything. So it is important for spirituality to teach people so that at least people will become moral.
Yeah.
By
yeah.
using these technologies, people can be moral so that there will be a better way of living in the society.
Very important, very important.
Yeah.
So in the US, there's just been a new executive order entitled Take It Down for any sort of an AI generated information that is fake or not real. So I'm really happy about that we're actually getting now some kind of a law to not allow this sort of a fake news to go out because it's misleading people and people are very imperishable. I mean, impressionable. Moving forward with your spiritual life in such a high-stressed job, what's your daily routine like?
Yeah, I normally get up at 3:30 to 4 o'clock, go for a Amrit Bela.
Meditation.
Yeah, meditation. Then I go for walking. I normally have a walk daily morning. Then again I come for Murli, listening to Murli.
Which is our spiritual classes in the morning.
Yeah.
So you do morning meditation 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Then you go for a walk.
Yes.
And then you get ready for your morning class every day.
Every day.
Wow.
Yeah. So that is my routine. And
then
I normally go to.
What time do you usually go into the office or get started with work?
My office time is 9:15.
Yeah.
So I'll complete everything by 8 o'clock. Then I am having my all breakfast and everything. Have a talk with my people, what is happening and all. Then my driver comes and I go to the office.
Yeah.
And I go to the center normally on Thursday and Sundays.
Very nice.
2 days.
Very
Every day it is not possible because it is only 10 kilometers away, but the road is very much high traffic. So I normally go on Sundays and Thursdays.
So what is it about the spiritual philosophy of the Brahma Kumaris that you really find comfortable for you? Because your family was a religious family, you told me last night.
Yes.
They've been through so many religious places and yet this somehow stuck for you. Why?
It is because I found wherever center I went, I found one thing. They are all so loving. And Baba's knowledge, what he always used to tell, always acquire imperishable wealth. It is very important because your perishable wealth, if you have money, you have gold, that may go sometimes. But happiness within, that is very important, which I come here and the meditation program in the evening, I normally when I go to the center with the music, the meditation program, it really clean my heart. It clean my heart. And whenever I come to, like I'm talking to you, there are many sisters when I have discussed, there is so much impact on my life. I found real true happiness is here. True happiness is here. Yeah. And I have been to Madhuban many times. I found the system, and whosoever is a devotee who comes here, they left all baggages outside their home. They come here to serve.
Yeah, because we keep it.
Yeah.
We hold it. We take it from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they all try to distribute happiness, how others will be happy. That is one thing I like anymore. And that also imbibe in my blood now, how I can help others, what I can do for the society. That is also came to me also. That's an important thing I have learned.
Very important. Take this thing off of you first. So can you tell me what method you use for your meditation? How do you meditate? Like when you get up or when you're walking and moving around, share with our audience some of the thoughts that you use to go into meditation.
Yeah, actually one more important thing I do, we are having a very big township where a lot of greenery, lot of wide roads are there. I normally walk alone. I normally do not walk with anyone because when you walk with somebody, you always talk and talk and talk. Your mind will be. So my walking also become a walking meditation. Always there is something in my mind like how God has blessed me, what I can do for society, how to become vacuum in my mind for some time. So those things while walking, that walking is for me, it is 45 minutes.
Beautiful.
Normally.
Beautiful.
And that time also I use for meditation, like a walking meditation. meditation is nothing, how you can make your mind vacuum.
Yes.
Nothing can impact you, whether the outside world, whether the botheration of your office or the botheration of your family, your mind will become complete vacuum. So that 45 minutes will really become a vacuum for me also, other than my own meditation program in my room.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, like you mentioned earlier, technology is becoming so advanced that average people don't really know how to benefit from technology. I've seen them. I mean, you'll have an iPhone and the only thing you do is play games and do text or watch YouTube.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more to a smartphone. Technology without ethics, and technology without spirituality, definitely we've seen what is happening today.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? How can we increase spiritual responsibility with technology?
Yeah, you see, technology is doing the best job. They are invented to make betterment of society. But you see, today the whole world is in turmoil. There is a multipolar world. The Ukraine-Russia war, you see the India-Pakistan war. These are all becoming because of greed, I want to grab others' land. He want to grab so much of business from us. So that is the only thing. This unhappiness and this war is coming because of the greed only. And spirituality plays a very important role to reduce the greed. Whenever I am coming to the center, I think one thing I always remember what Baba has told, all human endeavors are futile. One day everything will leave. So there is no point of greed for anything. Whatever basic need is required, that is enough for us. But grabbing others' land, grabbing others' position, taking advantage of others, that is a really bad thing. And spirituality teaches us that. And if you can teach this type of spirituality, ethics, values, moral to the high echelon of people who are really involved in technology, they will do wonder for the society. Otherwise, it will be misused in such a way, the way atom bomb has been used, the way other AI are used. So today now a very big crime is cyber crime. People are misutilizing these computers to track money, to misuse the bank balances and so many other things. So spirituality and ethics has to be inculcated in everybody's mind today.
Is there one thing you have in mind that could help in that? Like for me, I feel if everybody understood the power of good wishes and pure feelings, they will never be greedy. Because that practice of good wishes and pure feelings will feed their emptiness. So they won't keep compromising their values. Tell me what you think is one thing that could help individuals to feel more positive or find some sort of a spirituality.
Yeah, that what you told, the good feeling and the purity, it just come to mind when you just meditate. So everyone, if they can meditate and have a feeling of offering good wishes to others also, and that will automatically be created. The other one also have a feeling for good wishes for you.
Right.
So without thinking of anything, expecting from others, you try to have a good wishes for others. Have to purify his soul. Have to have a good intention for him. Then you will see ultimately those people also get changed. They will have behaved properly. And that is happening in our Brahma Kumaris. You go to any center, they will all have a good wish for you. They try to help you. They will try to have a better wish. They will have to have a better feeling for you. That way your heart will be filled.
Yeah. What part of the philosophy or the teachings of the Brahma Kumaris that changed you? How have you changed since you started to go more into meditation and learning about spirituality?
I have a lot of things I have learned from Brahma Kumaris. First thing, here whosoever sisters are there, they are without any attachment. Second thing, you go anytime, they will fill you with love, your heart fill you with love. The another important point what I learned from Brahma Kumaris is the timing. You have to have timing for meditation, you get up early, not to have lot of food and all, because earlier I used to be a very glutton, I was taking a lot of food. But when I coming here, the timing before maybe 7 o'clock, after 7 p.m. you need not take a lot of food. Then you have a timing meditation program. your body's balance is improving.
Yeah, yeah.
Your body's balance is improving like anything. And every day, if you listen morely, daily Baba is telling something or other. I have been listening since many years. If I could not get listen it in the morning, I definitely take it in the WhatsApp and read it in my office. So I found it is really lot of stuff is there. It will change your mind. As you today, Baba has told, don't just earn perishable wealth. You have to have imperishable wealth. Yesterday also he has told. So daily he is giving something which really have value, which will create some positive impact in your mind. It will fill your heart. It will change you.
Yeah, yeah, it does. It's gradual.
Yeah, it is gradual.
Yeah, I've learned a lot through my studies here too.
Yeah.
So if you were to make any changes in the entire world, one thing you would love to change in the world, what would that be?
I will ask people to be spiritual. People ask, everybody has to be spiritual. Whom you obey, but be spiritual. Do good and be good. Be good and do good.
Yeah.
That is the only message I will tell everyone.
Thank you so much, Trinath Sahoo.
I will ask you one thing.
What one thing?
Yeah.
What?
I have gone through your book. It was very nice.
Oh, the Sister Gita effect.
Effect. It was wonderful, and the way you have come up, I found one day you as a child you were kept in a child care home. The whole building was in fire, but still you were sleeping, and your grandmother taken away. After that you are into business and all. Then there is a lot of transformation on you.
Major.
And I am really happy for that. And your book I have gone through. It is excellent. It was just excellent. All management students should read that book also once.
What? Did you hear that, everyone?
Yeah.
That is lovely. Now, you've authored a lot of books.
Yes,
Tell us a little bit about those books.
Actually, I have written mostly on engineering and management. There are all books published by Wiley, CRC Press, all in US. And my next book, I am writing What Matters at the End. It is also a spiritual and what I can say, positive effect book. So that will be published after 3-4 months.
Wow, very good. Congratulations. Thank you again so much. It's been a pleasure.
This is basically a self-help book.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
I'll share you a copy.
Yes. Sign it for me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everyone. That was Trinath Sahoo, Chief Managing Director of India Oil, author and engineer, but also Raj Yoga student. So what a wonderful conversation. I learned about oil. I learned about spirituality. I learned about transformation. I learned about the world. I hope you did too. Let's move to the Sister Gita effect and enjoy our beautiful sister's wisdom today.
An angel whispered in my ear words of wisdom I had longed to hear. For years, many questions plagued my mind. I searched for answers but did not find. Most of my questions began with why, the awful word that make a heart cry. So I said to the heavens, I want to know. Please just tell me so I won't feel low. In that moment, the angel came, a blaze of light without a name. Hello, sweet child. Feel free to ask. To answer you is my sole task. In her presence came a burst of hope. I felt relief from the words she spoke. But what to ask? Where shall I start? With the questions in my heart and in my head, or the ache in my heart? She smiled and gave me a little wink. Why not start with the way you think? What you think determines how you feel. If your mind's at peace, your heart will heal. Have a pensive day.
Beautiful Sister Gita. As Trinath Sahoo said, the book is amazing and he thinks it should be a great self-management book. Thank you so much. And I did not even pay him to say that. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for joining us on this special edition. I hope you did really, really learn something today. And as we continue to pour the oil of knowledge, wisdom, awareness about the best of who we can be, about God's love, and how we can be of more service to humanity and be more spiritual, then imagine when you become that kind of person with AI and technology moving in a particular direction and your spirituality is not being left behind, how you can create a better world. That's really our effort. That's our purpose now. So keep looking deep in your heart to see in what way you can be of greater service to humanity and a contribution to humanity, despite how powerful of a role you might have in any job or position. You do not let go of the well-being of your inner being. Thanks so much for joining us on The Next Normal. See you again real soon. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. बढ़िया, nice you are